So many people would argue today that our society has become a society of whiners and complainers. We are the most prosperous nation that has ever existed on this earth. We have more advantage than anybody has ever had. Our opportunities are limitless. And yet we have more suicides today than we have ever had. We have people who are on more medication to regulate their moods than ever. We have more miserable people than we have ever had in this world. Many of the sicknesses and diseases come because of unhappiness and bitterness and just an emotional brokenness that manifests in physical sickness. What is wrong? We have every advantage in life and we're miserable in it. Because none of those things we pursue in life will help heal or deliver us. It is only our spiritual life with God, our relationship with a good, loving God, and the intimacy that we have with Him. The pursuit of glorifying and enlarging Him in our life. Being thankful for a God who's there when bad things happen, who don't forsake us. When the worst thing that could ever happen to you happens, you don't blame Him for Him, you turn to Him. Psalm 69:30 says, I will praise the name of God with a song. I will magnify Him with what? Thanksgiving. I can enlarge the goodness of God in me by thanking and worshiping Him. Thanksgiving magnifies good. Did you see that? Thanksgiving magnifies God. It magnifies God. When I am thankful, it makes God such a better God. Now listen, again, I've got to repeat this. You're not changing God one bit. He is always who He has always been. You're deciding to enlarge Him within yourself. I would rather God just do that for me. But that's where my cooperation comes into play. Glorifying, magnifying, thanking Him, those are my jobs. That's my responsibility. It's not Jennifer's responsibility because she's leading worship. It's not the singer on the radio's job. I listened to it and I glorified God. No, that's not what that's about. You can't truly glorify or magnify God if you aren't thankful. They go hand in hand. I'm going to worship God through my anger with Him. You'll never get there. When you're mad at Him, you don't really glorify it. You're not magnifying a good God when you're mad at Him and He's the problem. When you don't agree with His principles and standards for life, you can't worship around it. I'm just going to ignore that part I don't agree with. And I'm just going to worship the God I do agree with. Psh, try that in your marriage. Try that in any relationship in life and see how well that works. But in our mind, somehow we can make that all make sense. You are dulling yourself to your awareness of God. And when something happens, He will not be the thing you turn to first. Do you know Samson had his eyes gouged out, he was put into chains, and he was stuck to grind at a grinding wheel. And then he finally repented for his sin. And then he finally said, God, as my hair grew back, I don't know about you, but when you shave your head, how many days does it take for it to grow back? It ain't a day. Like, it took a while for his hair to grow back. All the while, I mean, how dull do you have to be to finally come to the place where this is my fault? And then he repents and asks God to empower him one more time. And he killed more Philistines in his death than he did in his whole life. 3 days and night, Jonah was in the belly of the whale before he repents. I'm telling you what, I am not dull to the fact that some of us just don't want to change. So I'm just going to keep preaching it until you reach that final point in your life where today's the day I repent. I hope it's today. But if it's not, you can't lay in the whale's belly blaming God. Jonah knew the whole time he was doing wrong. He told the guys in the storm, throw me over, everything will be better. He knew exactly what he was doing. We all sit in church and act like, oh, I didn't know any better, hogwash. You know exactly where you are in your walk. You know exactly what you want to do and exactly what you don't want to do. Now, how do you measure all that against what we're preaching about here this morning? How do you live that way and still glorify God? How do you magnify a God you don't agree with and don't want to follow? How can you tell me you're thankful for God for this, but I'm mad at Him for this? There ain't no room for that kind of double-mindedness. Hear what God is saying today. Oh, please hear what the Spirit is saying. Number 3, he goes on to mention a vain imagination as the next step towards losing an awareness of God. He says in verse 21, they knew God, but they did not glorify Him as God. They were not thankful and became futile in their thoughts. In the King James it says they had a vain imagination. Their imagination became vain because they were not thankful and they did not glorify and magnify a God they knew, a God they recognized. They heard the Word. They went to study. They read their Bible. They've done their whole 1-year Bible plan. And yet they did not glorify or magnify that God. They were not thankful. And it created within themselves a vain imagination. The Hebrew word translated imagination in the Old Testament means conception. You conceive. You create a picture, an image in your mind. Our imaginations are where we conceive ideas. Without a vivid imagination, we are spiritually and creatively sterile. Nothing happens by chance. It all began. Every single thing you see in this room began in the imagination of a mind. Where the drums would go, where the cans would go, where the chairs are, the color, everything, that none of this just appeared. We'll figure it out as we go. No, you imagined it in your mind. You remember when you got married? I mean, we just had a wedding over here last week. In that moment, as I'm standing there, I'm thinking, boy, these two got a lot of life to learn together. They only imagine what it is going to be. But without it, they wouldn't be here. If everybody imagined on all the hardships, the difficulties, all the growing and giving and learning to live with another person, you would run from ever getting married. Because if all you imagined was the worst side of everything, you become so pessimistic you can't believe in anything. See, we need vivid imaginations. We're sterile without it. We don't have a spiritual life if we think of a God as some foreign, faraway, freaky thing that randomly shows up when He feels like it. And we're just down here suffering, hoping He takes notice of us. If that's what you see God as, or view God, or your imagination thinks of God as a God who can help you overcome addiction, then you will never overcome addiction. That drinking will always have you when that thing is bigger than God. When you want it more than you want God's deliverance, you'll always have it. Because in your mind, you can't see yourself free from it. Who can I be as a man without alcohol? Who can I be as a woman without pills? Who can I be as a person without the past deciding my future? It all starts in the mind. Imaginations. They become vain because you're not glorifying God. You're not thankful for God. You're left to your own devices. So many people have failed to glorify God. They have failed to be thankful. And their imaginations have become vain. That means they're not working. I mean, they're working, but they're not working for good. They're working for the negative. You don't ever turn off your imagination. It's always on. I don't care how old you are, Christian or non-Christian. Imagination is a part of your design. It's to help you move forward and to have a positive expectation of things. Hope comes from the imagination. But without that confident expectation, we are going to find negative expectations. I'm the one who has to control the narrative of what I think and see and believe in my situations of life. When the devil comes against me, I answer it back with a Bible quotation. My mind is filled with God's Word. So when problems come, I respond with my mind fixed on His Word. My imagination ain't vain. I see God answering every door with me. He is with me. He's guiding me. He's leading me. There's not anything I put my hand to that's not blessed. Why? Because He's right there with me, helping me to do those things. Make the right decisions. Be the right person. And here's the other side. All right, let's see the other side. When I fail, when I am weak, when I am vain, when I am sinful, He's also there. And He's pointing them out. And He's showing me the way. And He'll send people into my life to counsel and guide and speak to me. And I will hear their voice. I will follow their leading. I won't blame them, get mad at them, be offended for the word's sake. Lay it on me. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Help me to be a better person. Not going to walk out the door mad at the world, phooey on God. I'm sick of it. You will have a million reasons to quit. People, life, experience, the devil will all make sure you have one. You're the one who's going to have to stay sharp to the awareness of God. If I stay abiding in Him, in fellowship with Him, in His Word, in spirit, in my fellowship, in my prayer life, all those things will still be around me, but they have no effect on me. I have a hedge of protection around me. Why? My imagination is not vain. I see myself putting on the armor, the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness. I equip myself to live in a world that wants to kill me, steal from me, and to destroy me. A person with a vain imagination is a pessimist instead of an optimist. If you don't glorify God, you become unthankful. And when you become unthankful, your imagination naturally begins to picture things that are not of God, but are of you. And you start focusing on the wrong things, the wrong ideas. Consistently imagining failure instead of success. That's what a vain imagination does. Well, I don't know if I have a vain imagination. Well, just ask yourself, do you see the dark side of everything first? Is the first thing you do when life comes at you, even if it's good, you question it. Well, that ain't going to happen again. You're right. Got to be some catch. Vain imagination. This can't be God. That guy missed it. I don't deserve that. Vain imagination. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you click like and subscribe to this channel so you can catch all our videos and live streams. Hey, why don't you share one of these videos with your friends? And remember, you can catch me live every Sunday morning and Wednesday evening. Thanks for watching. This is our finest hour to set men free.